Future Vision presents live from Houston, Texas, right here on the GMT Broadcasting platform. It's the Rick Lee Show.
Thank you for joining the Rick Lee Show. I am your host, Rick Lee. Boy, we got a great show for you today. I got my guest. She got a hand in a little bit of everything. A little bit of education, a little bit of politics. But I ain't gonna hog it all. I'm gonna let her go into it deep and depth into it.
Well, Rick, thank you so much for having me here. When you told me you were going to have me here as a guest, I said, you know, there's not a place that I would rather be. But you're absolutely right. I have had my hand of late in a little bit of everything. I just finished a campaign for state representative here in Texas, and that was exciting. Had no idea what I was doing. I'm a teacher by profession, so that was something completely new to me. Had a wonderful time, met a lot of wonderful people, and got a lot of good information that I'm going to use to carry me forward into some other things that I'm into right now. So you're right. I am sort of a woman of the world with a lot of things going on right now.
Let's just start with before you got to be where you are now, when you started out. Let's start with high school.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start with high school. Well, I am a Houston native. I was born here in Houston. Went to grade school, high school here in Houston. I grew up in the Sunnyside area, but I went to high school at St. Agnes Academy. But before I go into high school, I want everybody to know that I did go to elementary school at Joseph J. Rhodes Elementary School over in the Sunnyside area. And I also went to Frost Elementary School. And then later in my junior high years, I went over to St. Vincent de Paul, and I graduated from St. Agnes Academy.
Well, I tell you,
Yeah.
I thought I was going to catch you slipping and say you went to one of our high schools. Hey, because I'm looking over at my main man, SPYDA. We from the Madison Jones. I don't know what to do.
Well, my sister went to Jones. My sister went to Jones. Yeah, I brag on my sister because she's really my partner in everything that I do, and we've always had businesses together. Everything that we do, we kind of bounce well off of each other because we have a different skill sets, and they mesh very, very well.
So now that we know what school that you graduated from, let's find out some more deep things about you.
Oh, Rick, where do you want me to start? Well, let me tell you right now what's really exciting for me. After the campaign, one thing that I noticed was that there were some deficiencies that I recognized as far as just some things in the community that were going on. One of the initiatives that I'm really going to try and spearhead right now is going to be voting rights and the restoration of voting rights for people who were formerly incarcerated. A lot of people do not even realize that once they have their sentence fully discharged in the state of Texas, whether that be after 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, that automatically their voting rights are restored. People don't know that. People feel that if I've, had a felony, that's just it. And from that point on, I can't be a part of the process, which is not correct, Rick. And we're going to be getting out a huge education push and voter registration push, because that's a huge community of people who need to be able to have their voices heard too.
That's what I say. I don't know everybody on my business, but I'm a convicted felon, so what do I need to do?
Well, let me tell you this. That's, and the thing about it is so many people that don't even realize that that's a possibility, just don't have that information. So the first thing that someone would need to do is there is a 1-800 number, and I'll make sure that I give that to you so that you can share that with your guests. But there's a 1-800 number that they need to call and make sure that by giving a personal identification number that you have got your sentence fully discharged, or if you have already got your paperwork that states that you're good to go. Then all you need to do, really the steps are just this simple. All you need to do at that point is fill out a voter registration card, which is the process that takes no more than 3 minutes, literally. You send that in Texas right now. it is they are very, very on point as far as making sure that they go in and purge that voter registration list every month. So if there are any flags that go up at all, when you try to register, they're going to kick it back to you. So that's a safeguard. That's a safeguard for you and the state of Texas, but you'll know in the event that you have put in a number wrong, or if you need to contact a certain entity to make sure that this is on file. But literally, that's the entire process. And from that point forward, as long as you vote every at least once every 2 years in the state of Texas, your name is on that voting registration for life. Yes. People need to know that, Rick. A lot of people don't. Yeah.
I mean, people that need to know that.
You see?
Guess what? And I always felt like, that voting was, my vote don't count, this and that.
Oh, no. But see, the thing about it is, you know, when we were having this discussion last night, and hypothetically, if there are 7,000 to 9,000 people just in Harris County that are released from TDC and have completed their sentences every year, they're released back into Harris County. Think about how many people actually are out there. That's a huge voting block. These people are going to work every day. These people are buying homes. They're starting families. They are going on with their lives. But that's just the part that you know, there's so many things that people are dealing with when they come out to get themselves back acclimated into society. That's one of the things that's probably not first on their mind.
Right.
But after they've come out and gotten themselves pretty much settled back in, that should be one of the things that, if it's not first, the community needs to make that something that they're aware of, because we need that voting block. We do.
And so, if we take the time, let's go say, and get educated on it, you got a better chance of at least having a voice in your community.
And you know, the thing about it is, it's a voice that is a strong voice. When you think about this, and I want you to take this and multiply this throughout every county in Texas. So there are going to be people who are released from every county in Texas every year. Think about the amount of potential voters that you know, will be. And people feel a lot more part of their community when they are able to take part in the decision-making process.
I agree with you 100% there, but I know, let's go say, I know some people that know some people that when they got out, their mind wasn't on it. They was trying to get a job.
That's right.
Somewhere to stay.
That's right.
So do they have programs set up for?
Oh my gosh, there are lots of programs now that are set up to help people become reacclimated into the community. And there are organizations in Houston and organizations really just in the different communities in Houston that are trying to help people who are trying to start businesses. You know, the city of Houston is one of the largest entities that has a program. Well, they will give second chances to people who have been convicted but are now released looking for jobs. And there are chances for advancement. So, you know, those resources, you're absolutely right. Those resources need to be disseminated too. Harris County is one. You know, those are really, really good entities that people need to know are out there. There is life after incarceration. There is.
I'm so glad you were able to take the time to stop by
Absolutely.
And spend a little time and spread some information with us. Yeah, is there any other information you want to get out there to people?
Well, you know what, Rick, I do want to make sure that people are able to contact me, and that if they have further questions, or if they want to go ahead and get the process started, please reach out to me. Please reach out to me on Facebook. I'm Crystal Dillard, CrystalDillard. They can message me there on Facebook, and we are going to be setting up a specific website. Crystal Dillard Loves Texas, just the same name as my podcast, Crystal Loves Texas. And people can reach out there, and I'll have all of that information available for them. And we'll be doing some shows in the coming weeks so that people can really get the ball started. And we'll be in neighborhoods disseminating that information and registering potential voters.
Thank you.
You
Thank
are
you so
welcome.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rick. Thank you so much.
I want to thank my special guest, Mr. Dillard, for coming out and hanging out with us. But now we finna get into Harold Dillard and the SPYDA Band. Who's the boy? Hit me.
You just hit something. You know I can sue you, right?
This lady is looking at us. Do not make eye contact. Do not look up.
I'm hungry, so what we gonna do about some
I
food?
least she might be trying to take our order. I'm not sure.
You want some chicken?
I'm down for that.
Should we call the police?
We're gonna call somebody. Call Ghostbusters. Call Chad. I see it don't
Is
look.
she doing the state?
When accidents happen, always keep a level head and just call Chad. He's got you covered.
We're back with the Rick Lee Show. What's going on here?
What's up? How you doing?
Man. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, the name is L.E.O. It's really L.E.O. pronounced the letters. But it's it's kind of interchangeable sometimes. People that's close to me just call me Leo. I got so many different names, from my family nicknames to that name, but formally it's L.E.O. So I'm a hip hop head. I like hip hop. I rap, and music is just what I love to do.
Let me get the record for you. I said it wrong. I called you Leo, right?
It's interchangeable.
My bad. It's supposed to be Elio, right?
Yeah,
Okay. And so, how long you been in the game?
It's been a minute. I started in high school, but when you in school, you try to brush up on your skills a little bit. I feel like the generation that I came up with, because we always had laptops and phones and the internet and all that, everybody can say, I'm a rapper, I'm an artist, I want to be a rapper, but I stuck with it. All my friends, I'm the one that stuck with it. I'm only 26, so when I started, like my freshman year, but sometimes I count those times, sometimes I don't, because it's like, I go back and listen to stuff I did then, it's trash. It's
So
cringy.
you see you grow. You see you grow.
Right, yeah. So if I'm counting those years, I'm 26 now. If I started when I was 16, so you could say 10 years at this point.
Okay. So what about on some personal? You married? You got family? What?
Yeah, I'm married. I have one kid. I have a daughter. She's 9 months. And that's grounded me a lot because I think a lot of artists find their identity in music.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't achieve that, then it's like they want to throw themselves in front of a bus. But getting married and having a kid and having a family and stuff like that reminds you of the more important things. If you never get famous and you never become Drake or whatever, you know that you still got a life and you still just do what you love and do it because you love it.
Okay. So you finding a way to balance it out, right? Between
Right.
your music and your family?
Yeah, you definitely have to strike a balance because music is something that's very time consuming.
Now, when we put together rap, it was more of a poetry than rap.
Mm-hmm.
We had little sayings, you know, that more was like a poem, you know, when we rap, or we call ourselves rapping anyway. So, what is your style that you have?
I mean, there's so many different styles. When I watched this documentary on Netflix called Hip Hop Evolution, and so they took it back from the beginning. They took it back from when hip hop started in New York, and they go all the way through present day, and they show you the different styles.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I think I take more to like the East Coast style of rap, Nas, Jay-Z, you know, Mos Def, Mobb Deep, stuff like that. So it's poetry in a sense, but it's you know, the lyricism that's there, putting words together, bringing things over here from over there, and you got to listen back to about 3 times, and you like, oh, that's what he was saying because he said this and then he said that. And poetry is like that, but I think hip hop takes it to a different level. Lyricism takes it to a different level because you have to really be skilled in the way you put your words together, and you can use different metaphors and different things that can get across a point that, like I said, the listener have to go back and be like, oh, that's what he was saying.
Okay.
You know, so that's more so my style. Like, you know, like you said, from an older generation, I think it's a stigma on the newer generation because a lot of the music sound like it's a bunch of nothing, I guess. But even back in the day, there was party music that didn't have a lot of, you know, so it's the same thing. It's just a different era.
We had that to the hip, to the hop, to the hippie.
Right, exactly. So it's just a different era.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Man, I think, let me think. I'm trying to get mine. How do you get in the mindset? You kind of get your head to nod when you're getting ready to write. Do you kind of go to
yeah, that just depends when you listening to beats, listening to tracks, and just the way the music is, it can elicit a certain reaction in your mind, you know, a certain feeling, because it's something that's given to you. Yeah. That's hard to explain.
Yeah. But you do an excellent job of it. Excellent job of it. I tell you what, we had a deep conversation with you, L.E.O, one of them. I'm gonna get it right after a while.
It's interchangeable either way it goes.
It is interchangeable. Hey, but listen, man, I hear so much about your music, and I just want to get a cut from you live. Can we get one live from you?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's go ahead. Let's get it going.
All right then, live. L.E.O.
Yo, what's going on? I go by the name of L.E.O. That's 3 letters. Pronounce those letters. That's L-E-O. I'm about to perform this single for y'all. Let's get it to it. Fell off, back again. Struggle hard inside my head, I never win. Everything I say is real, tell a friend. Weigh your value, say my value never ends. Back to basics with it. 3 bold letters, you can never miss it. Why am I enamored with my competition? I know you see the differences they never mention. I say play me louder, I'm saying you talking it down to the sum. Me and my homies, we back to the business. We chasing this money, but that ain't the riches. I'm trying to get saved. Different sins that I mentioned. Get the bread from my mama, Kanye to a Donda. How much time I wasted on it? Worry about what you would think about it. New opponents, yeah, myself is bigger, mine is growing, so they sold it. Grab your phone and get to voguing. Yo, I see it's bogus. Hit them up and now they is smoking. How you want it? Spend the time when the time ain't here to waste no more. This right here for me is not a come and go. Kick in your dough. They say L.E.O, you ain't the man till you rich enough. Fell off. Back again. Struggle hard inside my head, I never win. Everything I say is real, tell a friend. Where your values say my value never if they on the A side. Rather be the B side. I ain't giving it, I'm being me until I die. Matter of fact, I'm on the 2 side. Open up and realize when I said we great, I never said it by some. You never lied, I got some X's on me. Trying to keep me down right now, you must be lonely. Okay, rewind, let me get my bearings now. All I hear is rapping like we found a bunch of hand-me-downs. Fell off, back again. Struggle hard inside my head, I never win. Everything I say is real, tell a friend. Where your values say my value never ends. I appreciate y'all time. I go by the name of L.E.O. That's L.E.O. 3 letters. Pronounce those letters. I appreciate your time.
All right. I'd like to thank all my guests, Crystal Dillard, L.E.O, and Harold Dillard and the SPYDA Band. We out.